Okay, the responsorial psalm is Psalm 46. Denise, how about you?
The waters of the river gladden the city of God, the holy dwelling of the Most High.
The waters of the river gladden the city of God, the holy dwelling of the Most High.
God is our refuge and our strength, an ever-present help in distress. Therefore, we fear not, though the earth has been shaken, and the mountains plunge into the depths of the sea.
The waters of the river gladden the city of God, the holy dwelling of the Most High.
There is a stream whose runlets gladden the city of God, the holy dwelling of the Most High. God is in its midst, and it shall not be disturbed. God will help it at the break of dawn.
The waters of the river gladden the city of God, the holy dwelling of the Most High.
The Lord of hosts is with us. Our stronghold is the God of Jacob. Come, behold the deeds of the Lord, the astonishing things he has wrought on the earth.
The water of the river gladden the city of God, the holy dwelling of the Most High. Praising God in the presence of the holy city, that's kind of the theme behind it. But the world can be shaken, so we have things going on in our world. I mean, it may seem like it's all collapsing around you, but in the midst of God, we have this security. And it boils down to what Paul said, to live is Christ, to die is gain. I mean, ultimately, the one thing that most people fear is dying, right? And so we have this aspect that we're all going to die, but there's a bit of uncertainty there. And so people fear dying, but to live is Christ, to die is gain. And so we have this, even though our whole world, our physical world may be shaken, maybe health things, whatever, but we have this confidence that God will help us through it, and our trust is in God. God should be our first plan, not our backup plan. I mean, that's what, not what we fall back onto, but that should be the first place we go, is trusting in God. Also, we have, there is a stream whose runlets gladden the city of God, the holy dwelling of the Most High. So, in a sense, the church also has water, right? That should gladden us, the waters of baptism. And I mean, even, what do we do when we walk into the church?
Bless ourselves
with the holy water, right? And what is that a recalling of? It's recalling of the baptismal, right? We died with Christ and will once again rise and live with him for all time. God will help it at the break of dawn. God's presence keeps him, keeps us, and it keeps the church. So if you think about our church, you look at, St. Francis of Assisi said this 1,000 years ago. He said, with all the scoundrels and scandals, and, it has to be God that's keeping this thing afloat. And we can say it again now, right? I mean, it's still all throughout history. It's a miracle that it's still going on, because once again, priests are, sinners helping other sinners, and so that's kind of what we're looking at. But so it's actually God who's keeping the whole church afloat, and so we're not trusting in the men; we're trusting in Christ, who is, the church. The Lord of hosts is with us. So he's faithful, even though we're imperfect, and even though we're unfaithful. Come, behold the deeds of the Lord, the astounding things he has wrought on earth. So this should be a theme in our life too. What is God, we should remember what God has done for us personally, but also in salvation history, all the things that he's done. And so when you look through the Old Testament, you probably hear about 50 times about, bringing them out of Egypt, right? We hear it again and again, and how, the Pharaoh he smote and all that. I mean, all the plagues and everything else. And so, but it's this freedom from slavery, this freedom, all the miracles and things that God's wrought for his people. And we know that he loves us because he takes care of even the small, just us. And when you think about the infinity of our universe, I mean, it's so vast, so large, so much, and that God cares about each and every one of us. He loves us that much, that he cares about each and every one of us. That's pretty amazing. And so we'll end with that.